Hello, welcome to the Logistics Business Virtual Show. As part of our show this week, we're running a series of panels with expert contributors from around the world of logistics and packaging and intralogistics and automation and indeed everything else within the field. And today's seminar is on the theme of packaging. We'll be looking at packaging waste, but also many other packaging solutions and how you can optimize packaging to suit your business and make your business more efficient. I'm joined by three expert contributors, one from the UK, two from Italy. So I will ask them to introduce themselves.
Gianluca Rossi, I'm the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer at Sitma. I'm based in Italy, in Spilamberto, northern part of Italy. And I'm active in this in the packaging business for almost 20 years.
I think, is it fair to say that consumers increasingly see packaging as an area where there is too much waste? I mean, would you agree with that? Have you found that that's an issue with your customers?
Packaging is sometimes seen as something unnecessary, while in most of the cases it's not. It means it is necessary to have a packaging, especially when we talk about e-commerce. Transport packaging is now becoming very important because this is something added on the product when it is bought on internet, online. So it is somehow new for the end users, and they are now starting. The end users are now starting having preferences and opinions about the transport packaging. And then I think we can go further in this discussion during this talk.
Yeah. So there's a lot to get through there. I mean, in terms of what the industry can do and how the sector can address this in terms of packages, what can you do?
The awareness of customers is becoming more and more important, and our customers, the e-commerce players, are now focusing on the claims they are receiving by the end user, by the fact that they are wasting packaging materials. And sometimes the feeling is that recycling and the way of recycling this packaging is not as easy as it should, especially in some areas of the world. That's why the focus we have is to, first of all, attributing to the transport packaging an additional meaning, which is not only a transport packaging, but it could be a kind of communication vehicle, for example, to instruct people in order to recycle the packaging itself, or communication vehicle also in terms of social communication. We are in a tough period. This for everybody of us is not easy, and the social communication is becoming very, very important. And this could be also seen as an additional vehicle to get to people and to communicate things. The easiness of recycling packaging, transport packaging, for us is a focus. That's why we developed solutions to have just one packaging material, not two packaging materials stick together, in order to reduce the volume and the weight, especially the weight of the packaging, in order to facilitate the process of recycling, of throwing it away, to recycle it, to put it in the right bin, and to allow our customers not to put that in the standard waste. So everything should be focused in facilitating the recycle, in reducing the quantity of packaging material, or both in terms of weight and in terms of volume. In addition, the claims our customers receive are in most of the cases related to the fact that the transport is not consisting only in the good itself, transport, but sometimes also air is transported together with the product. So the fact of shaping the packaging according to the product size and dimension is crucial to have the right perception of the transport packaging.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on then let's just so that our audience is aware of the differences between your companies and how you serve the market. Perhaps you could go through, talk about what your company does on a broad level, and then talk about maybe some of the solutions that you provide and that you have provided to address these solutions that these problems that you've been talking about. So for you.
Yes, Sitma has always been active in the packaging business, and Sitma recently means last 10 years, Sitma invested in the e-commerce business, packaging for e-commerce. Not only packaging for e-commerce, but this is an important pillar of our business. The focus we have today is to allow our customer to catch up with the pace the e-commerce business is looking for. Our customers work 360 days a year, most of them 24 hours a day, and the lack of manpower, especially in peak periods, needs the automation in this kind of process. That's why we developed machines dedicated to e-commerce. We invested a lot in paper. Why paper? Because especially in Europe, but not only in Europe, plastic film is seen as an enemy in terms of sustainability and environment. That's why we focused on paper, and we developed a solution in order to make a packaging pack to size. That means adaptive size packaging machines dedicated to e-commerce. But not only this. We also invested a lot to allow our customers to properly track and trace every single product and packaging as a whole. Sustainability means not only using a specific material for packaging, but it is a philosophy the company has to deal with. And all the decisions taken in the company, both from a strategic point of view and product point of view, must be driven by the sustainability. And we need to transfer this to our customers. That's why our solutions are always focused on sustainability and allow our customers to track and trace not only the product, but also the packaging material they use to make sure the sustainability concept is respected in each step of this chain.
Okay, thank you. I mean, we're talking about, I think the two main principles that are coming across our side, so you're shrinking packages to fit, and then the material in which packages are sent is recyclable if possible. Does that make
the customer's perception is definitely important. We focused not on the cardboard, but in the flexible packaging. Still talking about paper, but flexible. And the reason of this choice was due to the fact that weight is very important to us in order to reduce the transport and the transport weight, and in order to allow our customer to use the packaging, to still use the packaging also in case of paper. That's why we also developed solutions in two directions. First is to reuse the packaging, even though it is paper-based, not cardboard, in order to send for the reverse logistics, to send the goods back, which is a common practice now, especially in the clothing industry. And we also developed a solution in order to reuse the waste of paper in order to fill, if necessary, the packaging in case of single or multi-products that don't need to move. These are two parallel businesses. I would say the meaning of this is that some products need cardboard, some other products need paper, and both of them have a meaning in the e-commerce business. In addition to that, the fact of having paper as a packaging material is definitely felt as a sustainable solution for our customer, and they are usually happy. There are also other options available in the market, like the biofilm, for example, but the biofilm is still seen by the end users as plastic film, and the feeling the end users have is not very positive, because they feel it is like plastic film, so it pollutes, it goes to the oceans, and it pollutes the sea. So that's why we took this decision of investing in paper, and many different kind of papers according to the customer's needs.
And are these papers biodegradable or what?
It is.
Right.
It is biodegradable. There are rules, both issued by the European Union and by the American government, and this paper respects these, is within these parameters in order to be biodegradable.
Right, but these, all of you have come up with these incredibly innovative and new materials. What is the cost implication of all these for customers? Is that preventing? Is it a barrier to use because these papers and recyclable materials are so expensive?
And of course, there is an additional cost involved in this material change. However, in the competitive landscape, what we felt is that the end users are available to pay a premium in order to have, yes, both the customer experience and a sustainable product. An additional, let's say, activity, very interesting activity we are making is a strong relationship, and we really work together with the packaging material providers, and in order to test new materials, keeping in mind that biodegradability must be always kept in mind, because there are many available materials which can both protect and be sustainable, moving away from plastic film. But at the end, the fact of having biodegradable material suitable for this kind of application also need a deep research and development by the packaging material providers. And this is the right way, also involving universities and big players in this market is definitely a benefit for everybody. I also don't exclude that in a perfect world in the future, also service providers and machinery manufacturer, all of us can also work together in order to push the development of new materials that could fit in this big need of having a sustainable solution and to protect the environment.
Okay, thank you. I think leads us on to another big question, which I'd like all of you to address, please, which is, tell us how do you advise companies to address their packaging strategy, and how do you go about working it out with them so that they are comfortable they're working with the right product, the right systems and stuff?
Let me go back to the basics. The suggestion we always give to our customers is listen to your customers first. And the general awareness about these themes like environment, sustainability is very common in most of the world and most part of the world. And we always say, listen to your customers first, and then we can advise you how you can, first of all, make your customers happy in a sustainable and cost-effective way. Let me add this. While in the past, packaging for transport was always and only cost-driven, today, as the other attendants here said, today there is a big opportunity of using this as an additional vehicle, communication or other stuff. Everybody of us, I think, invests in personalization and give an additional meaning to the packaging. That's why we also created a dedicated department here at Sitma in order to help our customer for this mind change, from moving away, to move away from the cost-driven decision to add attributes and meanings to the packaging.
I'd love to know what's coming down the track in the packaging arena.
Let me tell you this story. We have a customer on the East Coast in the US who always had manual operations in terms of packaging and all the steps needed to get goods shipped. We are talking about consumer electronics, including phones and stuff like that. At the beginning, the customer was very scared about automation because he always worked in a manual way. And however, the let's say the fact of having a seasonal business and absorbing production peaks is not easy for them. Also because they grew a lot in the recent years. So they decided to invest in automation. The key factor in the logistics business to have success is to have easy-to-use machines, because the level of skills in the logistics business is still quite low, and the need of these customers is to have a ready-to-use and simple-to-use machines. That's it. This is the first step of automation, and that's why we invested a lot this way, and we made the customer happy by having several machines, simple ones, and this also allowed this customer to employ its employees in a different way, not just by boxing or packaging, manually packaging stuff, but they were they had the opportunity of get used in the automation and to invest the time of these resources to optimize the process rather than manually working in packaging stuff.
Incredible, great innovation. Thank you for that, Gianluca. All it remains is for me to say thank you to Joe from Cordiant, to Francesco from CMC, and to Gianluca from Sitma for being so helpful and insightful. And I hope you'll join us again soon. Thank you very much.